Hello everyone. Once you guys open up the Excel sheet, you should find yourself in the control panel. Just a fair warning, it is going to be remodeled pretty soon, and this is a little bit older version than what I'm actually dealing with now for OCLA drywall. But as you can see here, you have a few options for customizing it, such as putting your division, tracking what you want to track, and if you read it, it's pretty straightforward. Just it looks like a lot now, but again, it's going to be remodeled pretty quickly. But we can skip that part for now. So if you just click the input screen, you should go here immediately. In here, if you start from the left, you should be able to pick your foreman. And again, from the control panel, you'll be able to input the foreman, the taper foreman, as well as project managers, and even actually change the classifications as well. But for this example, we just go example foreman 1, taper 1, PM 1. The next set of information you can put is the job number, if you have one, the name, which is of course crucial, and the start and finish date. Now the start and finish date will actually calculate out to the days and months, so you don't have to worry about doing the math there for you. And then finally you put in the contract amount. Now here you can see this is only a $1,000 job, and clearly it's a fake job, so we can go ahead and put this to, let's have fun with it. Let's put 50 million. Oh, one more zero. So at a $50 million job, obviously it would be very good to have, but now I can show you some of the extremes of what this thing can do. Also, as a side note, if you scroll down, you'll have access to your awards pending, or whatever you call it, as well as pursuits, all with their own ability to input and their own foreman. And with another added feature for pursuits, you have the ability to add a contact. So once everything is good, you can go ahead and go straight into the manpower graphs listed below. So clearly a $15 million project would just be astronomical with regards to manpower, but you can see how simply changing a number immediately changes the graph. In fact, if we went back to that screen and put it maybe at a more reasonable number, like $150,000, if all says, if everything's good, yep, changed immediately. So here we have ability to quickly glance at a manpower graph for the next 3 years. This is used simply to figure out where we have holes in manpower and where we can focus on work. In this example, September and November would be our low points, so we definitely would want to focus on those areas. In a more recent version of this spreadsheet, we'll be able to see the 30.7 men right here on the screen. As of right now, I haven't added that yet to this feature, but that'll be coming soon. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all manpower for all possible jobs, as the graph above is only for contracts. To move quickly, you can see the links down here for a yearly manpower count and for the man hours. That is only accessible through the manpower graph, as it is having to deal with manpower, but we can directly move on to monthly billing. Here we can see the monthly billing based on the allocation of men. So if 50% of a project is in January and 50% of the project is in February, theoretically the materials would be split up in the same means. And therefore, billing would be split up in the same means as well. And again, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all possible jobs. And if you scroll right, you can see the 3-year look ahead. And as well, we have a monthly fees that it pops up right here, which follows the same logic, just using a 12% fee that is typical of OCLA. And finally, the last set of graphs is the yearly projections. As you can see, this is our yearly projections for these fake jobs, and we can click here to see yearly fees. Each individual graph that has to do with a certain subject falls into that graph. So yearly anything is in the yearly graph. Monthly billing, monthly fees would fall in the monthly billing, and anything having to do with manpower would fall into the manpower graph. Another feature that was added to this that is very useful for anyone in the executive role is the drywall metrics, or the metric system. This is the same information for contracts but in numerical value. So now you can come up with numbers that are directly calculated right here just for contracts for this year. Billing revenue, fees, man hours, and even number of craft employees. One man counted once. So you can see in this example, our highest peak would be March of 2016. And again, all of this information is drawn from the first input screen. Clickable here. Now that you've seen that and you've seen a little bit of what this thing can do, let me show you the next input screen that you would find after the jobs has started. Billing input. Once here, and I do apologize for how busy it looks, you will be able to input the actual billing for each project based on the month. So for example job 2, we billed $40,000, fake of course, in February. And if you look below, that tells us how much we're actually missing. So clearly on this project, we're not billing nearly enough to meet our goals. But obviously this is a fake project and this billing has nothing to do with this project. However, as a side note, if we did actually bill the $345,000, the bottom number below will represent a 0, meaning that we billed what we were supposed to build, and the number on the left will actually correspond with that. As an added feature, anything that's adjusted will turn yellow for you, so you automatically know what number has been input and what number hasn't. Also as another added feature, on the far left, these numbers right here, which is the total with including the billing, should equal 0, will turn green if higher, meaning you billed more than you projected, and will turn red if not, if you build less than you're supposed to. And now you can see a little taste of what this thing can do. Please feel free to contact me at any time if you have any questions.